April 8th. Little Candyman, Reverend Gary Davis. I got kind of in a bluesy mood yesterday. I'll tell you a little bit more about that coming up. So, a couple things I just want to let you know about. I hope everybody saw yesterday's lesson that we put up by our vocal teacher, Jim. It's really interesting. It's called the Producer's List, and it's the kind of stuff that how to coax the best out of a singer when they're in the studio or some things like that. It's pretty fascinating. So, hope you get a chance to check out our latest contribution from Jim Bruno, our vocal expert, and we have quite a few more things kind of cooking on the side with him. We're looking at, well, wait, never mind, stop that, okay. Also, boy, I've noticed the forum seems like it's a little quiet lately. I think probably people are too wrapped up in the Eric Clapton songs, but so hope everything is going well with those. I hope you're all having a good time, because I again had a great time putting those together, ranging from some pretty easy things to easy just campfire songs, the San Francisco Bay Blues, to our Signy number 8, or level 8. So great variety of stuff. I hope again everybody's having a good time with Clapton, and that's probably why things have been a little quiet lately. So this is going to turn into a little bit more of a personal blog, because all I'm going to do today is give you an update. I had a blast yesterday playing at Santa Clara University. I got to tell you some kind of a funny thing about it. This is a class called Music at Noon, and I guess every Wednesday they have, this was the first class of the quarter, so the class didn't even know each other yet, hadn't even met the teacher yet. But at things like this, so it was in this really nice recital hall at Santa Clara, and I decided I wanted to play. They asked me if they wanted to have like a formal introduction, make it a concert and all that kind of stuff, and I said I'd just as soon be playing when people are walking in, and I'll be background music while they come in, and then when they all get settled, I'll start and I'll talk about it and things like that. And so I'm kind of warming up. It's like about 10 minutes before I'm sitting on the piano bench, and there are a couple guys in there in suits, and I'm thinking, wow, how'd they get in? I kind of heckled them a little bit, gave them a hard time about how they got in early. I figured they must have known somebody. And not only that, they were sitting right behind, we set up some videos, so we'll get to some of the video later. They were sitting right behind a tripod, so they kind of grabbed the obstructed seats. And anyway, as the show went on, the people came in, and then I started just talking mostly about blues, kind of the history of acoustic fingerstyle guitar, mostly related to blues. Talked about people like Blind Blake, Reverend Gary Davis. I just played Candyman by Gary Davis. Played a little Freight Train. Talked about Elizabeth Cotten, and then that sort of went into slack key stuff. I played Hula Blues and a few other things that you guys might recognize, including Here Comes the Sun, and then went into some other open tuning stuff and ended up playing Linus and Lucy and Water Song, Jorma Kaukonen's tune, but mostly giving background information about a lot of these kinds of things. So it was and answering questions and asking questions. As I asked people if they could even recognize what tuning I was in and some stuff like that. And oh, by the way, once the show, I hate to call it a show because it was really it was a class. Once the class started, the two guys in the fancy suits moved way back up into the back, and then I gave them another hard time about moving into the nosebleed seats, and they said, well, we were obscured with the camera and all that stuff. And I said, yeah, but you walked in and it was the only camera, took the only obscured seats. Well, anyway, at the end of this whole thing, it went, again, really fun. Oh, and a sideline, one of our Totally Guitars Target members was there, Jim C., who lives around here. So Jim, thanks for coming by, and maybe we could get Jim to write up a little bit of his feeling about or what he thought about the class. So it was good, really great to meet a live Totally Guitars student live. So anyway, at the end of this, so this is like just 45-50 minutes I'm playing, and I'm talking and stuff. Oh, and I ended, by the way, with Eric Clapton's tune. Somebody asked if I could play any Eric Clapton stuff, and I said, yeah. So I went into this. It was a great way to end the whole thing. So afterwards, the guy who organized the whole thing, my friend Butch, comes up to me and says, he said, hey, that went pretty well. He said, as a matter of fact, there were some of the administration, the deans were here. And I start thinking, oh man, it was those two guys that I heckled. I gave them a hard time about their first set of seats and a hard time about their second set of seats. And when I do things like this, I usually get really comfortable, and I play them just like I'm in my living room. And so I was in my normal attire, nice Hawaiian shirt, shorts, no slippers. I left them at the door. So basically when I play at home, that's what I do. And when I'm really comfortable in a concert or other type setting, that's how I look. So this is flashing through my head. I say, oh great, the administration sees this guy come in, you know, shorts, no shoes, Hawaiian shirt, and I'm thinking, okay, well that's too bad. I really had a good time doing this, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm sure they'll never have me back because I figured I didn't treat it respectfully enough or something. So that's what's flashing through my head as Butch says. He said, yeah. So there were a couple of deans here, and thinking, oh, okay, well that's too bad. I wish I could do this again. And he said, and they were wondering if you'd maybe like to teach some classes here. I froze for a second, thinking, you gotta be kidding me. And he said, yeah, they'd like to talk to you about coming to teach here at Santa Clara or taking a class or two. And I thought, that's great. Well, anyway, my first thought was, I have thousands of students around the world. I don't think I have time to teach a class, but we'll see. So it was kind of an eye-opening experience and a lot of fun. And we do have video of it that will someday get edited and we'll be able to slip some to you, but don't know exactly when that's going to happen. And no, I will not be abandoning Totally Guitars to go teach at Santa Clara University. So that's it for today. Probably be back tomorrow. Probably going to take the weekend off. I got to check with the whip cracker around here and see what our plans are over the next couple of days. But for now, I will see you tomorrow.